Hi, everyone. Welcome. This session is about invoice management. If you're here with us today, you've likely felt the pain in some portion of this process, so we'll talk a little bit about how Procore can help streamline and simplify invoice to pay. I would also encourage everyone throughout this session to leverage the chat box below to ask any questions you might have. We've got a lot of our experts here today, or to share some of your experiences. What have you done to improve your invoice to pay process? How are you using Procore's financial tools to their fullest extent? I know we're not all in the same room this year, but there's definitely still an opportunity to learn from each other. Before we get started, I want to take a quick moment and give you a second to review this slide on forward-looking statements. Great, jumping into our agenda, we'll start by covering a few of the challenges you typically see in your invoicing process and what that means in terms of business impacts. We will discuss how Procore can help in terms of both simplifying the solution and ways that you can get the most out of Procore. And then we'll hear from BR & Co., a Southern California-based GC who's really done a phenomenal job in leveraging Procore both to improve efficiencies and to improve the lives of their team members. Then lastly, we'll dive into the tool so you can see it in action. If you are not 100% happy with all aspects of your invoice to pay process, you are certainly not alone. Over 90% of contractors still use manual processes, Excel and email, to manage a portion of their billing process. This oftentimes leads to mistakes, miscommunications, and ultimately delayed payments. From what we've seen, despite growth, we still see really a critical underinvestment in technology for many companies, especially in this space. This results in a lot of manual processes to manage your invoices, things like paper, Excel, email, calls back and forth even, and these kinds of processes really drive teams crazy, and ultimately they mean long hours in the office and siloed information across different systems, different desktops, etc. This not only slows down your team, but it can lead to mistakes, and oftentimes mistakes that are really preventable. Who's never made a mistake, perhaps copying data from one spreadsheet to another, or catching a formula error in their Excel doc? It can really lead to a lot of headaches, a lot of rework, and ultimately lead to billing delays. Your subcontractors don't get paid as quickly, and you oftentimes don't get paid as quickly as well. This can lead to decreased cash flows and ultimately hit your profits. And as we'll talk a little bit more about, it can lead also to damaged relationships with some of your collaborators and subcontractors, and ultimately damage to your reputation in the industry, really putting your project and your business success at risk. So I want to chat a little bit about what we've seen in terms of how that impacts businesses. A customer of Procore is called the Cumbie Group, an Austin-based GC. Prior to Procore, they were, like many, using Excel spreadsheets, emails, and disparate systems to manage their invoice to pay process. They were spending upwards of 40 hours a week collecting, reviewing, revising invoices. Post Procore, they were able to streamline that process, simplify it, get everyone in the same system, and ensure their subcontractors were billing directly on each line item of their schedule of values. So it really helped reduce errors and prevent overbilling. They were essentially able to free up the time of an entire FTE. So they now have an accounting manager who is able to focus her time on higher level accounting activities. So she not only probably enjoys her job a little bit more, but she's able to contribute more meaningfully to business strategy. This next story is another customer of ours that, again, prior to Procore, was using Excel to manage their invoices in and out. They realized at the very end of a project that they had a small error in their Excel spreadsheet, which led to about $60,000 in work that had never been billed, which means it had never been paid. So it was ultimately their mistake. So they ended up splitting the cost with their client and taking a $30,000 hit to their bottom line. This last one is my personal favorite. This is a subcontractor who was fed up with late payments and made sure his GC knew it loud and clear. If you can tell from the photos, he actually took his excavator and just completely decimated the lobby of a hotel that had just been completed in Liverpool, Britain. This is actually a real story. In fact, some of the other subcontractors on the job felt his pain to the extent that they actually created a GoFundMe page for this man to cover the damages. So hopefully this isn't a common story, but I think it underscores the fact that inefficient processes not only affect your time to pay, but they can affect your team's morale, they can affect your reputation, and they can affect your relationships. So according to a 2019 construction payment report, 83% of subcontractors have filed a lien due to slow payments. 63% have actually decided not to bid on a project because either the GC or the owner had such a poor reputation for late payments. And 72% actually said they'd provide a discount on services if they could ensure payments within 30 days. Again, I think this reinstates the fact that yes, inefficient processes can cause problems, but actually, if you're really good at this, it can be a business differentiator. You can keep projects moving along where many of your competitors might not. You could get more competitive bids, and ultimately you can get discounted or even preferential pricing. So how does Procore's invoice management solution help? It's meant to, again, really streamline and simplify the process, get all of your information and all of your stakeholders in the same place. It streamlines every aspect of invoice management, automating key pieces like reminders to bill and encouraging folks to bill directly in the platform, meaning that the latest and greatest information is always available to those who need it. It also drives collaboration. Internal collaboration, your project managers and your accounting team are finally in the same system. So accounting managers don't have to track down approvals from PMs. PMs don't have to track down payment status from accounting. They're all in the same system, so they can easily see that information. It also helps drive collaboration with your subs. They're able to bill directly in Procore, see what has been billed, payment status, and bill directly against the line items on their schedule of value, making it really simple and helping them to get paid faster. Procore has also come a long way in terms of its ability to customize your financial solutions. So you can now customize your approvals and your workflows in the system. You can customize the way your invoice looks in terms of your unique branding to make sure there's consistency from client to project. And directly in the tool, you can use our customizable PDF to hide or show or move around any details so that your clients see exactly what they need to see and nothing else. And lastly, you've probably heard a lot about the Procore Platform over the past couple days, but we really feel that is a differentiator with our solution. It connects to all your other tools, you can leverage the power of analytics, and you can connect with our partners. Now I want to introduce you to two customers who have really leveraged Procore, not only to improve business efficiencies, but to make the day-to-day lives of their teams a lot easier. Adam and Vanessa from BR & Co.
Thank you, Kate. My name is Vanessa Banos. I am from BR & Co. I am the Chief Operating Officer.
And I'm Adam Luttrell. I'm the VP of Operations.
So BR was born a construction company in 1985 by my immigrant parents, and it has evolved now into all things building. And we define that as construction, design, facilities, energy, and technology. So under this platform, we've been able to maximize on a lot of projects, quantity and quality wise. And so collaboration and teamwork are so big to be able to achieve this. And in order to do that, we start with our people. Our people are first. We need to provide them with the correct tools to be able to maximize on that. And here at BR, we lead with our why. And our why is that we exist to champion people for their values and purpose so that they can build a life of significance. So in order to achieve that, we have to get them the right tools. And that's where we've come to Procore to find those tools for them. And we are really excited to share our story with you.
I really love how people-centered BR & Co. is. I think it's really important to think about a technology solution, not just as a way to improve the efficiency in your business, but really to improve the lives of the folks that work on your team. So I love that. What were some of the challenges that you were trying to solve when looking for a new technology solution?
Over the past 10 years, we've been rapidly growing and expanding our business. And with that growth came the need to automate and streamline a lot of our key processes. And invoice management was one of those processes that we needed to tighten up. Prior to Procore, we were using emails, spreadsheets, and different systems to help track the invoice-to-pay process. The project management team, the finance team had different tools to do it. Those tools didn't talk to each other, and it resulted in a lot of ping-ponging emails back and forth trying to get answers. Was this contractor paid? Was this, did this client pay? And then once finding out, manually entering that into their separate systems to try to help track it. And there was a lot of wasted time spent trying to track those things down. Vanessa has a great story about this.
Yes, so because we have sales, finance, and project management staff within Procore itself, there's a lot that the external viewers don't know and understand that we're using within BR. And so a lot of the subcontractors or vendors will approach project management staff on payment status and so forth. So one of our project managers actually came in with a story to us that he was approached by a subcontractor that told him he hasn't been paid for like a month. It was a substantial amount, and so forth. So the project manager was able to get into Procore right away and be able to tell him, this is the date that you got paid, this is the amount, and it put him on the spot. So for our project manager to be able to do that, it was, it's what we want them to do, to really feel empowered to be like, oh, no, this is my project. I'm managing this correctly and everything's, running efficiently. So that was actually really exciting to know that our staff using Procore to that capacity has made it that much more exciting for them to use and being efficient at the same time. So that's very exciting across the board there. And so Adam and I dug deep for exactly what we needed, and that's how we found it.
Yeah, we needed a technology that would make our team's daily workload easier, not something that was going to complicate it more. Minimalizing the manual entry and time spent tracking down payment status and so on. And so they'd be free to work on higher value projects. We knew that improving the visibility and collaboration between the two teams, ops and finance, would be a critical component of a successful solution.
Yeah, absolutely. So can you tell me a little bit more about why you chose Procore?
Yes, absolutely. Our first priority was really to get our team the best software, providing them with everything that they need to be successful on their projects. So when trying to solve this problem, we vetted out so many construction management software programs out there, and Procore, it solved many of those challenges that we had encompassed into one platform. So that was really a huge asset to us when we were vetting for Procore itself. And so even better yet is the biggest item for us that was so important was the users that can collaborate together all at once within one system. And that actually was Adam's high priority checklist item that he wanted when vetting these softwares.
Yeah, other systems that we've used in the past, it was always, is this person worth putting, having that user fee for that additional amount? And with our new core values and all that, it's one of the worst things to think about. Is this person worth it? So being able to have the opportunity to put everybody on the platform and then just manipulate their permission set was extremely important. We started to think about an invoicing solution. Procore was a natural option. Our team had already started using Procore for project management and some of the other financial tools. And the whole team was happy to just transition into and adopt the invoice management process within the system. Having a single system was critical to the success. As I said in the past, we had multiple different systems. So having it all in one place where finance and project management were looking at the exact same information was extremely important. We needed a tool that could be a single source of information and easy to read, easily accessible information. It was also critical that it was simplified and streamlined for the entire process. It has automated payment reminders to subcontractors and invoices that are connected directly to the commitments that are issued to those contractors and in the budget. And it means it makes for faster payments, more efficient cash flow. Procore's invoicing tool has enabled us the customization we needed. Not only can we create standard contracts and invoice templates, but our brand is consistent across all those documents. We can customize the invoices themselves, and we can show or hide any details with the click of a button. For more details on the integrations that Procore offers, Vanessa's going to let us know about that.
Yes, one of the other high value assets of Procore was the integrations. We looked into the marketplace and saw that it had 250 plus integrations. So something along the lines of using Zoom or DocuSign within Procore to maximize even more on efficiencies is key. And so we are really excited to continue to use the integrations because of some of the ones that we have here are the ones that have maximized on a lot of that itself. So DocuSign, Zoom, QuickBooks, any of those integrations does maximize on the efficiency of things. And we recently used Procore Analytics. That one is amazing to us that we can actually maximize even more with our data. So we've used it in many different ways across the board on our teams, and really excited to continue using a lot of the integrations.
You know, we see a lot of customers that partner Procore Financials with analytics. I think it's a really powerful partnership. Can you tell me a little bit more about how you use analytics?
Yes, absolutely. Because we have sales, finance, and operations within Procore, the analytics has been able to pull all that data together for us to really show the collaboration within those three teams. And so the visibility has helped maximize so much on the sales piece as well, which we didn't expect to have, because it's so fluid in sales that data driven is almost unseen sometimes, where it's, I don't know how many bids I've put out or anything like that. So we've been able to maximize with our sales team on being able to analyze their clients, and even down to how they pay. You know, within the dashboard, it says the paid versus unpaid. How many have we been awarded? How many have we been fetching, right? Bidding. So we've been able to have them analyze that and strategize to make good sales decisions, to strategize on their clientele themselves.
What's really great about the reports is that we can customize them however we want. We can build them from scratch, or we can take the out of the box from Procore and plug them into our own dashboards. We can create the custom dashboards, and we set up our scheduled meetings with our sales team to keep them continually updated on the project data and as they need it. Here's an example of a dashboard that we built using out-of-the-box Procore Analytics and real-time in an easily consumable format. We provide the data to our sales team and share it for discussion and planning in our weekly sales meetings. Here you can see new opportunities by client and stage to get an understanding of our potential future revenues. We can see which clients are awarding the work most frequently, the win percentage, and how that translates into the dollars. Down below, you can see which customers have outstanding invoices, both the number and the dollar amount. You can get a high-level view of who's typically the best paying on the best terms, and we get to see where we have the most delays. From there, you can drill down to what's holding up payment and flag projects or invoices as needed.
So there are a number of pre-built dashboards that come with Procore Analytics, but I'm curious, how does your team leverage Procore Analytics for greater insights for your finance team?
Well, our finance team within Procore Analytics are super users, right? They have gone in there, pulled from the core tools, and really started to develop dashboards because of the accessibilities that they haven't had before. So if anyone has really been maximizing, is them, because it's so data driven. They have a lot of the invoice payments right off the bat, being able to question the project managers quickly and be able to filter through there and see who was a salesperson, who was the project manager on here, so that they can quickly go to the person that they need the answer from and be able to get their answer right away. So it's been that much more valuable for the finance team across the board for them to communicate to us a lot of the data that we need to know.
So I know a lot of project managers use the data right in Invoice Management to get a summary of payment status for their project, but I'm curious, how do you leverage Procore Analytics for the broader operations team?
So we've created a dashboard for our operations team as like an overview to kind of see everything, show any active, upcoming, or completed projects by location in our program. This provides a quick visibility to where our business stands and where to balance resources. Our PMs often get kind of encompassed in their own bubble, their own projects, and then they don't know globally what's happening with the company. So it's their opportunity to kind of see everything as a whole, which is really great. And then you add in the financials that we've talked about and see them both together, and it's really powerful.
Well, thank you both for sharing. I think there's a lot that folks can take back to their organizations from what you have shared. Before we jump into the demo, is there any last bit of information you'd like to share about, the value you've seen from Procore?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Procore has just been a huge asset to BR as a whole. So we actually just see the huge impact that it's made on our business with streamlining, making us a lot more efficient. So we're really excited to continue using Procore. Our people are excited to use Procore. So it's just a lot of good energy going on here because of Procore.
Our team's very excited to continue using Procore. Here's a quote from our controller himself on the benefits of the invoice management tool. And we're excited to see what Procore has next. And we've been honored to discuss our invoice management process with you guys, and look forward to continuing our relationship with Procore.
Great. Thank you again. Now we'll dive into the tool itself. And for that, we'll get a little help from three folks. Mike, he's a project manager at a general contractor called California Construction. We've got Michelle, who's a PM with ABC Electric, working on a project with Mike. And we've got Tom, a project executive that also works at California Construction with Mike. Let's take a look.
Procore's invoice management solution helps you streamline and automate the invoice-to-payment process, making it easy to collect, review, and approve invoices. It's a truly collaborative experience that simplifies communication across teams to avoid project delays and to get everyone paid faster. Let's take a look at invoice management in action.
Hi, I'm Mike, a project manager with California Construction. With invoice management, I have the ability to invite subcontractors to bill on my project directly in the Procore Platform. When I log in, I can quickly see status summaries and all my invoices organized to the appropriate billing period. This space gives me one single place to collect, track, and review all invoices, as well as visibility into which subs have and haven't submitted their bills. I can set my billing periods up manually, or my preference is to have it set up automatically. Instead of having to send out a bunch of emails to remind my subs to bill, Procore will automatically send out these notifications and reminders on my behalf, saving me time and keeping the process moving forward.
Hi, I'm Michelle, a PM with ABC Electric. When I open the Procore email I just received from Mike, my general contractor, I can easily submit an invoice via a link. Here, I can enter the % complete or amount complete for each line item on the original schedule of values. Since I'm billing directly to each line item, I can easily view what's already been billed, accurately invoice for work completed, and prevent errors or overbilling that slow down approvals and payments. If Mike has any requests for additional backup or revisions to invoices, I can see those and can make adjustments directly in Procore as well. And if I don't want to come into Procore, Mike can simply submit an invoice on my behalf, keeping the process streamlined and digitized with up-to-date status easily accessible.
Switching back to my view, this is where the collaboration piece really comes into play. Instead of the back and forth of emails, I can easily click into each invoice and approve or reject line by line. If revisions are needed, I can leave a comment to let the subcontractor know what additional details I need. All of this back and forth will be tracked in Procore and can be referenced if I ever need to revisit it. Having this process streamlines and saves my team hours each week and ensures that we will have the most recent revisions. With Procore's custom workflows, I can customize who approves invoices and when. I can add, remove, or change approvers in the workflow to match the needs of the specific project and the company policies. Once the invoices have been approved, if I need to request any additional documentation, I can also leverage some of our partners from the app marketplace, like lienwaivers.io. Now that I have all my subcontractor invoices approved, it's time to draft my owner invoice. Outside of Procore, this process can take me weeks. With Procore pre-filled invoices process, I'm able to draft invoices in seconds. This feature pulls all subcontractor billing info, including attachments and backup. Then I can review and edit for any necessary changes. What's really great is now that I have the ability to customize what my schedule of values looks like through the configurable PDF. I can roll up to division level summary, as well as add custom billings. This option allows me to create my schedule of values exactly how the client likes to see them. Because I'm a DocuSign user, I can also send these out leveraging DocuSign, another partner from our app marketplace, as well as add in any additional attachments that might be required via lien waivers.
Hi, I'm Tom. I work with Mike as the CFO of California Construction. In addition to streamlining processes and collaboration that makes Mike's life easier, Procore helps me uncover the company-level financial insights I need to be successful. With Procore Analytics, I can organize data across projects and our entire tech stack to identify risks and make critical business decisions. Procore Analytics features over 100 out-of-the-box reports with endless other possibilities to customize project or portfolio-level analytics based upon our company's key performance indicators. Here, the Financial Insights report serves as its dashboard, unlocking insights from our financial tools across our projects. From here, I can quickly and easily access key reports like owner invoices versus payments, change orders by status, and a whole lot more. On the owner payment reconciliation report, I can quickly see our outstanding payments from our clients across our portfolio. I can drill down where necessary to uncover insights like average days to pay for each client, common causes of payment delays, and which project managers are managing the invoice-to-payment process the most efficiently. Whether you're a project manager looking for project-level reporting or a finance executive like myself trying to understand financial health across our portfolio, Procore Analytics can help maximize the value of your tools by enabling you to organize data across tools, projects, and even systems, interpret your data to uncover key insights, and optimize your processes to meet your business objectives.
Hopefully you learned a little bit about the tool and how it can drive collaboration across teams. Before we close, I just want to touch on 3 key pieces of information that I hope you took away from today's presentation. First, improving your invoice management solution goes far beyond just quicker payments. It can impact your bottom line, your team's day-to-day, and ultimately your business relationships and reputation. Second, you can really leverage Procore's invoice management as part of our complete platform. Invoice management connects with other tools, you can leverage Procore Analytics, and you can connect with over 250 of our partners in our app marketplace. And thirdly, our invoice management tool is really meant to streamline and improve the process for all stakeholders. You as the prime contract holder, but also collaborators that get into Procore and bill directly, have greater transparency, and ultimately get paid faster. Thank you again for your time. You'll see a link in the attachment. If you're interested in asking questions or sharing any feedback, please do click on that link and speak with our product management team. And finally, if you're interested in learning more, please visit procore.com/invoice management. Thanks a lot.